Mamintia na memo kwaba enfamra kasafidi so ha nimde ne nsensem a ekoso ewo man Ghana mu de di candidate de hwe na sabre agibre de muntrimu ina no de ebrem na John Dramani Mahama oye the campaign ahead of 2024 general elections so guso a eba pro ahwe se ebre no so a 2024 general elections no ebre no so a Ghana fo betimi ahwe na omatimi ato aba no atimi de amano na no na abusafo ehun nsem ekoso na John Dramani Mahama de nsem bia kotudwa abusafo ekamia koye se nsem no akwa na asaba na we dey asaba affect no we dey negative one pa because the reactions e free mu a generate no dey so wani ensese wakache na nyina no ene say John Dramani Mahama during his campaign abusafo oye during his campaign abusafo oya Odeko Pimu was Central Region as part of a building Ghana tour. And abusafo ko make a statement about a year President His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Or should I say Nana Addo Akufo-Addo there all score a grade F. Ocean the fight against Galamsey. Next over so betina kunyana so free the 2017 about Sabina Oshe Nyoma Waya na share the effort when it comes to Galamsey fighting Galamsey ne de keka ho on the hu ni se ke work ne ke mark ya and the enka hu ni se president ka F pa ana ke se fatan we de ofri na ukubi sa we de wa jump ya na F ana otimi de ma president His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo no ana antre nipa no bi de antre Ghana fo bi de omo so ba mountain na mo de mo kire se John Dramani Mahama Kruye Okasei on during his tenure in office as the president. And then looking at no kind of also manage the country and then the affairs of the country. Obi ehubi. Nti ye day and I went me and fight Galamsey. No obi abana se obo ne ho modern to fight the Galamsey a obeba mountain so na watwa ho asa beka se nipa no nka obinya F9 na wan kasa no modern mobile na obo ya enu nti twa se obi bo oba so na so we expect se obi ka se oya ade nti send the sabra na nka oya ade a eye den na nka Ghana fo etu as at the time 2016 about no na ekoso no ehun some edos na ebe ma some of the reactions Ghana fo bi media ba na afen so hu said the nyoma enso esi etini wi a yahwe another story yebehwe another story abusanfo ehun sam enso ewo honma enya asem ketwa yebehwe another story ewo ha World Bank country director na ono so akasa de afa economy no ho ehun sam no abusanfo ewo hanoma yebeka ho asem ehun sam ewo hanoma yebetimi aka ho asem. But let us look at the reactions Ghana phobia dropping with respect to John Dramani Mahama and a comment on the economy talking about Galamsey. Say President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo on na aban no omo modern na de keka ho omoka oye mark omo dia ene nka grade F anase yebeka na se nka F9 ana nka de ma omo no Ghana phobia de ntra busanfo omo dia aba no ma menkin kan a few of them na also who said the nyoma esi ekoni wi a ya to also with the next story make ho asem talking about the World Bank country director and also there but talking about the economy, talking about the 2024 elections when it comes to say why na yekoto abane dia mana and also there for waka their town yebeko na yakoti. But let us look at some of the reactions for Ghana phobia let us look at some of the reactions Ghana phobia about Kujos or say useless talk that Galamsey starts from 2017. Cheap-minded guy, what did you do when you were in power? People like this want power again. No solution no solution always blaming someone. Take or pay. You have expired, so forget. Okay, and also there or the Abba and also there Abba KMEA or say very apt question okay, and also there or the Abba and also there or the Abba and okay or say how much did John Dramani Mahama score in corruption himself? Most armorers in prison would envy his score and would be wondering why he's not in prison with them. Also there and also there or the Abba Now looking at K, the reaction as in the comment or the Steve K London and also say or reacted to a K and say Mahama scored grade A in corruption scandals. They say and also the no. And then I think we will take the last one. Now so yeah take it the next story. Now say to me at the no say okay we if we it's outlook corner Ebase Akufo-Addo is better than Mahama 100 times upon all COVID-related issues. Even common ambulance, he could not secure for the country. Nti Ghana for be some the banana. I think we will end here with the reaction. Now, a country, World Bank country director. Name some more about the economy going into the 2024 elections. Some calling TV. Emra.
Inflation, which was at some point 40, 54, 50, almost 55%, came down to the 30s last week or so ago. 26%. Okay, 26%. That's a huge improvement, and it shows that that trend is broken, that we're going back towards low inflation. Growth, which had been forecasted to be something like 1%, I think now it's been growing faster. So the signs are there that the economy is turning around. But again, we should be cautious because sometimes there can be one-off increases, things don't continue, or sometimes improvements and then we get slack and then things. So for me, one, the economic indicators that recently came out are showing clearly that Ghana has now got hold of
signs of recovery.
Signs of recovery are there, yeah.
Or it has turned the corner.
It has turned the corner, and the foundations are there because low inflation is one of the most killing things. It's taxing, and if you manage to bring down inflation, it shows again, the monetary policy, we discussed that before. Yes, interest rates are so high, but it was needed to stop inflation. Now, this is what we've seen, but I believe, I think they tell me I'm too optimistic, but again, I believe not because of optimism, but because the measures, the actions, the reforms that are now being taken, they will put Ghana on the road to a more viable economic.
So we are situation. On that path to stability, and we haven't turned the corner yet. Some would say.
Well, but if your inflation was 40%, now it's 30. I think you've turned the corner. If your growth indicator is telling you that you're starting to go faster, at least it's signs that the economy is on track for a turnaround. And
so we have turned the corner, because there are some who still say that want to see these developments as a blip and think that
I would say it's the beginning. It's the beginning, but give yourself time, the next quarter or so, a few months or so. But I believe that Ghana has turned the corner, but again, it needs to be sustained. I think, look, there were some your indicators that came out recently show this very well. Inflation, which was at some point 40, 54, 50, almost 55%, came down to the 30s last week or so ago. 26%. Okay, 26%. That's